And this is the rifle, the 3040 Krag. Same exact action. The major difference, of course, look at that barrel.
Much longer barrel.
Oh yeah.
Now, I could believe this might be able to shoot out 1,500, 2,000 yards on a good day.
Yeah, and yet what's kind of interesting is that the sight on this one is not graduated the same way. Instead of being graduated from 700 yards out to 2,000, it starts at 200 and just goes out to 2,000, and it works a little different. The action is, of course, the same. This one is, it's much more of a typical Krag that we see coming in.
Okay.
And it's got a lot of dings and markings in the stock. The action is still just like butter. Clean, fast, good bolt, and just like the other one, the cleaning kit's still in the butt.
Very nice. And again, caliber on this.
3040 Krag.
And you can still buy that today.
You can.
Absolutely.
It sometimes can be a little difficult to
Sure.
find,
Okay.
but the reality of it is, it's kind of a misnomer. People think of it, they were still using the black powder nomenclature. So while this is an 1898, model 1898, which is after the black powder era, they were still used to like the 3030, which is a smokeless cartridge, a 30 caliber, with a powder equivalent to 30 grains of black powder.
Okay.
This is the 3040, 30 caliber,
Right.
with a pressure or energy equivalent to 40 grains of black powder. It really was called the 30 caliber US, rifle.
Now, this looks, I would say, 75, 80% condition. Would you give it that good, or?
Yeah, I really would. For what we see, 65 to 75% condition,
Sure.
and there's no cracks in the stock. The finish is right. It doesn't look like anybody's sanded it down and tried to refinish it. The butt plate, everything still fits beautifully. It's a good rifle. $1,000 on this is a very reasonable price, and then it's even got the cleaning kit in the buttstock, just like the other one. They're good shooters. They're a lot of fun. The ammunition's available, as we said, and it's moderately priced by today's standard.
A lot of us like to buy our firearms, and they're great for display, but a lot of us want to take them out and actually work them. What does that do to collectible value on a rifle like this?
Well, a Krag is a moderate collectible.
Okay.
I mean, in this condition, this is definitely a shooter.
Sure.
This is something you can take out to the range and have a great time with. They're powerful, they're accurate, they're certainly fun to shoot because the weight of the gun, there's not a lot of recoil to it. That mass makes the gun very comfortable to shoot. This is a good example of a shooter.
Well, let's get a close-up on this and take a look.
The cartouche. This dates the firearm in 1900, and by serial number, that's the year this one was manufactured. Sometimes they indicate what armory it came through, sometimes what unit, sometimes who inspected. A lot of different things that you learn from the cartouches on firearm stocks, especially military guns. See all the gradations on that, and note that it is a ladder sight. Comes all the way up and slides in various heights. See this little flip up? This little flip here gives you a peep sight. It gives you a very fine realization on the front sight for very, very accurate shooting.
So Pete, what would be the book value on a long gun like this in this particular condition today?
Run about $1,000. I mean, you're going to find it for that price. As the stocks deteriorate, the price is, of course, going to go down. This one, you start getting a lot of scratches and damage, it will be less. This one, in this about 65, 75% condition, $1,000 is a good price. It's really worth what somebody's willing to pay for it, as is true of all firearms. But the reality is, this is a good example of a shooter.
The BRA Gun Show.